The fashion industry is famed for its beauty and elegance, but when the unexpected occurs, it sends shockwaves across the sector. Join us as we investigate the horrific death of Hong Kong model Abby Choi and the hunt for her assailant. Was it a vengeful competitor, a possessive ex, or a deadly stalker? After all of the suspects have been apprehended, the question remains: what motivated someone to do such a horrible crime? Buckle up for an exciting ride as we unearth the truth behind this disturbing murder case by exploring the dark underbelly of the modeling world. Abby Choi, a mother of 4, was killed by the family of her ex-husband. Abby Choi and her second husband, Chris Tam, lived in Hong Kong. The 28-year-old woman loved her 4 young children very much. She got married to her first husband, Alex Kwong, when she was 18. They had 2 daughters, ages 10 and 8, together. In 2015, they split up. Abby got married to Chris in 2016, and they have a 6-year-old daughter and a 3-year-old son. Behind the flash and glamour of Hong Kong's modeling industry lurks a dark and twisted murder story. Join us as we solve the mystery and reveal the startling truth about the horrible murder of rising actress Abby Choi. Who murdered her and why? The culprits have all been apprehended, but the narrative does not end there. Tune in to learn the shocking details of this true crime story that'll have you on the edge of your seat. When Abby was married to Alex Kwong, she brought a luxurious home for her ex-in-laws, Cao Kwong and Shui Hyung Lee, as well as her ex-brother-in-law, Anthony Kwong. Abby was also a fashion heiress and worth 100 million Hong Kong dollars, or $12.7 million. In addition to that, she hired Anthony to be her personal chauffeur and handed them 1 million Hong Kong dollars to establish a waffle business. Motive: after 2 of them split up, Abby continued to provide financial assistance to her ex-husband and his family, and Anthony Kwong continued to serve as Abby's chauffeur. In point of fact, according to the authorities, Anthony enticed Abby to her death after she made the decision to sell the house. This decision set in action a cruel and gruesome plan that resulted in 4 children being abandoned by their mother. Chris made the report that Abby was missing on February 21, 2023. The last time anyone saw her, she was getting into a van that was being driven by her ex-brother-in-law Anthony. It was expected that Abby would pick up her kid from school, but she was never there to do so. Choi was a prominent figure on social media who amassed more than 100,000 followers on Instagram. Her most recent post, which she published on February 19th, was a picture shoot that she did for the fashion magazine L'Officiel Monaco. The model's social media comments have been inundated with messages of condolence and well wishes that she may finally find rest in peace ever since her disappearance. It has been claimed that Choi has had financial disagreements with the family of her ex-husband involving tens of millions of Hong Kong dollars, millions of Canadian dollars. The police have previously stated that certain people were dissatisfied with the way in which Choi managed her finances and property. The 27th of February saw Kwong and his family present in court. Since then, the court session for this case has been postponed. The investigation into the crime is not yet complete. Investigation. During the course of the inquiry into Abby's disappearance, the authorities came to the conclusion that her ex-father-in-law Cao Kwong had lately moved into an apartment in the Tai Po neighborhood. The suspects were seen on surveillance tape taking plastic containers from inside the flat and tossing them into a dumpster as they were leaving. The blood of Abby was discovered inside the van, which was parked in the driveway of the house. A meat grinder, an electric saw, a cleaver, a hammer, a jacket, face shields, and Abby's pocketbook were among the items that the police discovered in the apartment. It was a tragic situation in which her head was cooking with vegetables in a pot while her legs were stored in a refrigerator. The authorities are still combing through the dump in the hopes of finding her hands and torso. Due to being stuck in the head with a blunt object, Abby was found to have a hole that was 6 centimeters in size behind her right ear when her body was autopsied. It is believed that the police that Anthony attacked Abby while she was in the car and then took her to the apartment where his parents and her ex-husband Alex were waiting to kill and dismember her. The only pieces of furniture in the apartment were a couch and a table. Other than that, there was nothing. According to the authorities, Abby Choi's ex-father-in-law Cao Kwong was the mastermind behind the crime and rented the house solely for the purpose of carrying out the homicide. Before she passed away, Abby revealed to a friend that Cao Kwong had threatened to kill her, saying, "I will kill you if you sell the property without planning another location for us." After being arrested on allegations of rape in 2005, Cao Kwong, who had previously served as a police officer, tendered his resignation from the force. A woman who knew him through the investigation into which he was involved said that he violated her after taking advantage of the trust she had placed in him. He was never brought to justice for the alleged crime, but he was granted bail and released from custody. In 2015, a warrant was issued for the arrest of Alex Kwong after it was reported that he utilized a dating app to swindle strangers out of more than 5 million Hong Kong dollars. However, he was never arrested despite the warrant. Soon after that, Abby filed for a divorce, and she continued to provide financial support for Alex for the subsequent few years, even though he continued to be unemployed. Arrests made. Police in Hong Kong has already made 5 arrests in connection with the slaying of Abby Choi. Among those arrested is a woman by the name of Miss Eng, who admitted to having an affair with Cao Kwong and is believed to have rented an apartment for him to hide out in while he evaded the police. It is not clear what charges she's facing. Choi's ex-husband Alex Kwong is 28 years old. His brother Anthony Kwong is 31 years old, and their father Kwong Kao is 65 years old. Jenny Lee, Kwong's mother, is 63 years old. She has been charged with trying to change the way the law works. No one in the family has been given bail. They haven't said anything yet. On February 25th, Choi's ex-husband was caught at a pier in Hong Kong. Police say he tried to get away in a speedboat with $86,500 in cash and a bunch of expensive watches worth millions of dollars. Now, police in mainland China have arrested a 29-year-old woman and say she helped another suspect in the killing. She has not been named in public, and she's the 7th person to be arrested in this case. The Associated Press said that the police think the suspect took part in the crime and then fled from Hong Kong to mainland China. She was arrested at Shenzhen Bayport and turned over to Hong Kong police. 2 more people have been charged with helping with the crimes. Murder charges have been brought against Cao, Anthony, and Alex Kwong. Shui Hyong Lee was charged with obstructing justice because he knew about the murder but was not physically involved in it. All 4 of them can't get out of jail on bail, so they have to go to court on May 8, 2023. The murder of model Abby Choi shocked many people and shook up the Hong Kong modeling industry. All of the suspects were caught and put on trial because the police worked hard and didn't give up. Abby's life was cut tragically short, but she will always be remembered because of how she changed the industry and the people she helped. We hope this video helped you understand the story and gave you an idea of how complicated the case was. If you learned something from this video, please give it a thumbs up and tell your friends about it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news and watch more true crime stories. Thank you for coming to watch.